I'm joined by Kyle Balgames. Welcome, Kyle.
How are you?
Raja Suleiman with Orzhov.
Max McVitie.
Congratulations, Brian DeMars.
Zach Allen. I wouldn't be here without these guys, though. So.
And the champion of Proto Counter-Attack, Ari Lax.
All right, welcome to RW Hobbies and Games in beautiful Livonia, Michigan, where we are making magic happen. I am Zach Allen, joined by my teammate
Raja Solomon.
And today we have another game of Modern for everyone. We're going to be playing some Eldrazi Tron, or at least I am. And for those that don't know, Eldrazi Tron is a Tron deck. So the idea is to assemble Urza's Tower, Urza's Mine, and Urza's Power Plant so that they're all tapping for more than one mana. And our tool to do that is Expedition Map. And you're going to be noticing I'm going to be mulliganing pretty aggressively to try and have explosive mana in this deck. That's just kind of the way you do it, because essentially a hand, on 5 cards that has access to this almost has 7 lands in it, so it's like a 5-card hand that had all 3 of these could almost function like a 9-card hand.
Sure.
Where you just had 7 lands and a bunch of acceleration. So that's kind of the idea behind playing the mono colorless, is that you're really trying to make this happen. And things to do, we have Chalice of the Void as interruption, or interaction, I guess. It can preemptively lock out people's spells. You got the 3 good Eldrazi in Modern and Reality Smasher, Thought-Knot Seer, and Matter Reshaper. Thought-Knot Seer is the best of them by quite a bit. It's the one that attacks their hand, the best disrupting piece, if you will. And then the deck is really built around Karn the Great Creator. I've got a bunch of artifacts in the sideboard for situational spots that I'll be able to tutor for when it comes to needing whatever it is I'm looking for in that given situation. And Karn's probably the best card in the deck. If you can have Tron and Karn, you're really hard pressed to lose those games. And the reason we're kind of playing it is that it's been doing really well lately, and it's been aided by this card Mazemind's Tome, which is a 2-mana artifact that you can tap to put a page counter on it and scry 1. So immediately you play it on 2 and you just start scrying, and it helps you find the Tron lands. That's kind of the idea behind it. But also it has you can pay 2, tap it, put a counter on it, and draw a card. So it's got a value mode. If you're heavy on mana and looking for action, you can just start drawing cards. It's pretty powerful as a later game draw. And then it says when you get 4 page counters on it, you exile Mazemind's Tome, and then you gain 4 life, which is small, but the deck doesn't really have another way to gain life outside of a Worm Coil Engine you can get with Karn, so that's nice. And you do play Dismember in the deck, so being able to make up that 4 life loss by drawing some cards is usually pretty good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then Raja, what have you brought to the table for us? Because this looks like something.
Guys, I don't know how to break this to you, but this is probably the best deck in the format by a mile. Everything Zach just said doesn't matter. It's just going to get run over. It's not even... maybe you'll get a chance to cast 1 or 2 spells. Maybe. But this deck is just too good. This is black-white tokens. Apparently, a tokens deck's been getting some traction as far as popularity goes on social media. Not by results by any means, but...
Yeah, so... little story for everyone watching. Last week Arkham's Astrolabe got banned, so that's kind of what's prompted the Modern content. We've been experimenting with Modern decks, right? And then somewhat, a couple days after the banning, this mono-white tokens deck started to take over social media. Everyone was talking about how good it was, how busted the deck was, how it just keeps winning. We played some games with it, and let's just say the content wasn't usable. The deck looked embarrassing. It was so bad.
So I figured basically I can't make it any worse, right? So took the deck, added black for just a little bit of disruption in Lingering Souls, and we're going to see how it goes. Just a quick rundown. The deck makes tokens, and these are the 5 ways you do it, and then you have 3 ways to anthem them. This guy also makes some more tokens, and then just the bare minimum of interaction in the form of removal spells, and then my addition here in the form of Thoughtseize. We'll see how it goes.
I will say, one of the interesting things about this deck it wasn't as good as we would have hoped, when we were testing the mono white version, but I did like that the deck was kind of this experiment on let's find some more Modern Horizons cards that were good and were underplayed. And Modern Horizons was an insanely powerful set. I mean, there's been multiple bannings from it already.
Yep.
And a lot of those cards that got banned really overshadowed the rest of the set because they were just so powerful. And I do like that this deck is kind of dipping into Modern Horizons. We've got some lands that ping you, and we've got Force of Virtue, which is a free spell, which is powerful in Modern. Free spells are usually good. And one of the actual really interesting things I like about this deck is that it's playing Gather the Townsfolk, which has this mechanic called Fateful Hour, which basically just makes the card way more effective if you have 5 or less life. And you know, this Silent Clearing, which is a card for Modern Horizons, is basically a Horizon Canopy, but it's for black and white, and it's going to start, you know, pinging around. It's going to start doing damage to him.
Yeah, between that and Thoughtseize and Fetch Lands and
Yep.
Sheffet Dunes and Shock Lands, we have a lot of ways to deal ourselves damage if we need to.
Yeah, and you can kind of get down to the 5 life threshold for Fateful Hour, which, you know, we've seen this in Death Shadow, so, you know, it's really powerful in Death Shadow that, like, pay life to get a powerful effect.
This is the same thing.
Yeah, basically, Fateful Hour is the same thing. It's basically the white Death Shadow.
Yeah.
So we'll see
So
how this
I will
goes.
just build on what Zach said a little bit. Force of Virtue is, all joking aside, it's actually kind of an underrated Magic card.
Yeah.
0-mana Anthems are not something we ever have or ever will have. Obviously, you have to lose a card, but, like, you know, Force of Negation is negate that's free if you pitch a card.
Yep.
But negate's a 2-mana card.
Yep.
Anthems are usually 3-mana effects unless they're kind of relegated to antheming only a specific subset
Yeah.
of cards. And this card, it almost feels like it's cheating on more mana out of it, really. Like,
Yeah.
You're getting a little more.
And you have the added bonus of none of your cards are good, so it's basically free to pitch
Yeah,
anything.
you can just, like, close your eyes and throw a card out of your hand and you'll be fine. So, alright, let's shuffle them up.
Yeah, let's see how this goes. Let's see if the black-white tokens thing is real.
Alright, so we're going to roll a die to see who goes first. You want to call it, Zach?
I'll call odd.
Alright, Zach got it, but I'm playing black-white tokens, so I'll just grab a play anyway.
I'm going to take the play.
Let's
So,
see here.
my hand has basically the 3 strongest threats in the deck, Natural Tron, and a land that does something, so this is just an easy keep.
Okay, my hand, would be, it'd be okay if I was playing limited, so we should be good.
Urza's mine, go ahead. We'll see if I kept 7, we'll see if I have Tron.
Alright, I will Thoughtseize you, down 16.
Alright, joke's on you, I had the Tron.
Jesus. Alright, well, I don't think I can beat Karn, because Ensnaring Breach is unbeatable, so I'll take Karn.
Alright, that's probably the right take.
All you.
Alright, I'm going to draw.
That's Karn, wasn't it?
No,
That
don't worry
feels,
about
that
it.
feels like a Karn.
I'm going to play an Urza's Power Plant and pass to you.
Play Plains Pass. I got
No,
nothing.
no plays?
Nothing,
7
man.
cards? Yeah.
That's rough.
That is rough.
Uh-huh.
Alright, I'm going to draw. I'm going to complete Tron.
Okay.
Feels very strong.
Dude, how does it feel knowing you can't make your blast zone hit my tokens ever? Unless you can eat a token. Eat a counter, so.
Yeah, I can't do that. No.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's pretty unfortunate.
It's unbeatable.
You heal your anthems. I'm going to guess a thought knots here.
Alright, I'll respond. I was lying earlier when I said I had nothing.
Yeah.
I actually have a raise the line.
Oh, 2 1-1s! They're
Yep.
coming in!
Yeah, that's right. Yep. Not being that one. Soldiers, right? Yeah, here's a couple soldiers.
Yep, you got some soldiers.
And here's my hand. Good luck, man.
Woo! That's a lot of flyers. Well, we talked about how strong Fateful Hour was.
Mhm.
You're at 16.
Yeah,
So-
I'm almost there, so you probably need to get rid of it.
Yeah, you're getting kind of close.
Mhm.
This is tough. I think I'm going to take, I mean, I kind of want to take the... I guess I'm going to take a Special Precision. It's at 3.
That's how good it is. You still just have to take it.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. All right. So I'll fetch down to 15.
You want a shock?
Unfortunately, I have my only shock land.
not getting any closer to that Fateful Hour, huh?
No.
The cries of Death's Shadow.
I'm sure you'll attack with your thought, Nancy, eventually.
Yeah, I probably will.
Yeah. So you might not be seeing this coming, but I'm gonna play a
Spectrum Assist? I like it. That's a strong play.
And I don't have a good attack here, so I'm just gonna pass it back to you.
Alright. gonna make 3 mana in my end step,
Okay.
and then untap.
Alright.
Ooh, that's a pretty good one. I'm gonna play an expedition map, floating 2 mana,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna crack it.
Alright.
And I don't think you can break up Tron, so I'm just gonna get the land that taps for 3 mana.
Makes sense.
I'm gonna put it in play. Would you like to cut?
Nope.
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and play another Thought Knots here.
Alright, I do know the guy at the top of.
I'll take the spectral.
Alright, fair enough.
Go ahead.
Okay. Alright. I'll take you for 3.
Yep, that puts me to 17.
Alright, go ahead.
You're not gonna cast one of the guys at the townsfolk?
No, I need to go lower in life before I
Okay,
cast it.
that's probably smart.
Yeah,
I like where your head's at.
thank you.
Alright, I'm gonna draw. It's a pretty good draw. I don't think I'm gonna use that yet though. I'm gonna go ahead and play a Blast Zone.
Yep.
In case
Make
Roger's
sure
up
you
to,
put this on there. You can't just put it in for 0.
No, yeah. Yeah, you're right. And then I was laughing earlier because I did draw a card.
Of course you did.
Yep, the turn we talked about it.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and take my card down to 3. And check through the sideboard. What kind of beautiful action do we have going here? I could get a Walking Ballista. That sounds really strong. Wormclaw would be good. So it's Sky Sovereign.
All cards I can't beat in a million years.
Liquid Metal Coating. I can start Stone Raining.
Oh, yeah, I only have 3 lands. That's probably fine too.
But I have a Ratchet Bomb in the sideboard. So I'm going to go ahead and get a Ratchet Bomb.
Okay.
And put that in play.
Okay.
And I'm going to pass to you.
Alright. Let's see here.
Alright, you know what? I'm going to attack for 8.
You're attacking for 8?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll take 8. I'm at 7.
Okay. Go ahead. Is it a good one?
No. Alright, I'm sure this attack will be fine. I'll attack your Karn for 3 and you for 2.
Alright, I'm gonna pop my Ratchet Bomb.
Alright. Go.
You want to cast the Fake Flower thing?
No.
You're down on board.
I'm fine.
Okay. Oh, you might have a Raise the Alarm. I'm gonna have to play around that. Alright, draw for turn. Well, you're at 7?
I'm at 7. Do you have land Ballista?
Let me count my mana.
Oh, you're 1 short.
6,
oh, no, you're 3
12,
short.
13. Yeah.
You're 1 short.
I'm gonna attack for 8.
Alright, I'll play Galatons or Raise Alarm.
Okay.
Sorry, they're very different cards.
Yeah, super different.
So I get 2 soldiers.
Yep.
And I'm gonna block with just the 1.
Okay.
You fall into my trap at 3.
Okay, so I did draw Walking Ballista, and if I had played it before combat, it would have killed him. But
Well,
also,
unfortunately, you played it after combat.
after
so
combat where it
now
just
the
kills you.
game's-
Yeah. Then I'm going to
Way
shoot you for
different.
6.
Well, you can't. Well, yeah, you can, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'll put 6. 6.
6?
Yeah.
6.
Target you on the
6.
stack. Just 6.
Dude, we should call Raise Alarm Burgers and Fries. Just make 5 guys. Or not Raise Alarm. What's the card called?
The townsfolk.
Townsfolk. That's it.
So here's Raja playing White Black Burgers and Fries.
Burgers and Fries. That's right.
Yep.
Alright. So, this is absolutely the right way to sideboard. I'm sure of it. 'cause
Yeah, you spent a lot of time working on it, right?
Yeah, this deck's very well iterated and thought out.
Okay.
I'm going to board out 2 Legion's Landings. Just because it's a little slow and low impact. Just 1 token's not very much. Raise Alarm. 2 tokens, not very much. and I'm boarding out 1 Force for Ritual just because I feel like the 2-for-1's a little more painful in this matchup than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. For
Makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. And then we have 2 Inquisition Kozileks. It doesn't get any of the cards I care about, but maybe I can spike a map and make Zach not play it so fast. You know, with
You
his
can
Tron
take a
mana.
Maze Mind's Tome, stop me from finding Tron.
That's true, yeah, exactly. It's all about the small disruption.
Yeah, so if I don't mulligan a natural Tron, then you can stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's what I was thinking. They're awesome, because...
Resilient Threat, it's good around my Ratchet Bomb.
Ratchet Bomb, yeah. That's what I
strong,
was thinking, yeah. And it deals me damage to turn on the burgers and fries.
Yep.
2 generous gifts, because this pulls up anything. For the low price of getting with 3/3 against my 1/1 deck. Gets anything I want. And then I got the 4th Gideon just to really juice it up.
Gideon's strong.
Yeah.
I like Gideon.
Yeah. So I think I board it perfectly.
It sounds right. I'm not sure how much I like cutting Raise the Alarm, but
It's right. I'm
it's
sure
right.
that
Okay, that's
yeah.
fine. Yeah. It's the instant speed trick, though, you know.
Yeah.
When you pass
I
the
got
2
you.
mana up,
I got you a couple times
coming.
with it, did
Yeah.
I blew you out that one turn. You're just like, whoa. Imagine instead of playing 2 drops, like the ones that make 1/1s, I was just playing Stoneforge Mystic. Could you imagine?
It'd be so much better.
Yeah, by a mile.
What was Stoneforge Mystic gonna do?
I don't know.
The deck before, when it had Intangible Virtue, was like actually
playing
good.
Virtue.
I know, but like when you drew it and like cast on turn 2, it was like actually good.
Oh.
Every other time the deck played, it was so bad.
Really?
It was so bad.
So I need to mulligan until I find Virtues, what you're saying.
It's basically Tron.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Bitter Blossom into Virtue is strong.
True. Alright. Alright, well, that was a fluke. I'm gonna crush deck this time, guaranteed.
I believe you. Let's see if I can have Natty Tron again. That'd be really nice.
Alright, my hand's broken, I can't lose.
Alright, I don't have Natural Tron this time, which is pretty unfortunate. But I have this, which is, you know, one of the signals to keep a hand is when you have this card, you want to keep it. And I got one of those, so I think it's pretty good. And I can cast this on turn 2, so I basically am not going to be able to lose. So, yeah, let's...
Yeah, I'm not gonna explain my hand, just because I don't want to ruin it for everybody.
Sure, okay.
So we'll just play it out. Tossies.
Oh, crap. Alright. I had the Temple Mad Reshaper combo, so...
Oh no.
I don't know. I don't know if you can beat that.
I think I still have to take Ballista, just because of how you know,
It's
it
against
works.
the deck, yeah.
Actually, maybe not. Hold on.
Okay, you're going to think about it some. I like that.
Yeah. Well, let's not rush these decisions. It's very important. Maybe I just can't afford for you to have a Reshaper in play.
This card's really strong. There are a lot of modern decks that are never going to beat this if you cast on turn 2.
Why don't you have Karn in your hand? I want to take Karn.
Well, that's because it's right here.
That's true. Alright.
I can't cast Karn, though.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Alright, I will take your... I'll take your Walking Ballista.
Alright, probably smart. I'm going to draw for
No, I'm going to take this.
Okay.
Good. I'm not feeling very smart today.
Alright, so our free win combo has been taken away from us. I'm going to play my Tron land and pass the turn to Raja.
Alright. Okay. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and fetch up a Plains
Yep.
and play Intangible Virtue.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically your deck's Tron.
Go ahead.
Puts you at
Good luck.
17, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I do a second Tron piece. I'm going to get this
Rough for
Maze Mind's Tome in play
Okay.
and pass to you.
Alright. Okay. Alright, I will play a land.
Yep.
Cast 3 2/2s.
That's a lot of power.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to scry. We're going to start looking for some Tron action. I'm going to leave that card on top.
Is it really back-to-back Tron pieces? Go ahead. That's so brutal if it is.
Okay, so I drew this last turn.
Alright, that's fine.
I'm going to play that for turn.
Okay.
And then I'm going to play an Expedition map.
That's pretty rough.
And then I'll pass to you.
Alright, end of turn, I'm going to pitch a Gideon and play Force of Virtue.
Wow. Okay, this is actually a lot of damage coming in.
Yes! I'll play Gideon and Alexander.
It's okay. Yeah, that happens.
So if I emblem now, I can put you down to 8.
Yeah.
Give you 1 turn. But if I don't emblem, I can deal a lot of damage next turn. Because I'm making a 4/4, then I have a 5/5.
I mean, I'm dead on board either way.
Yeah, you're dead on board either way.
I think it's probably better to not emblem, if we're being honest.
Yeah, it's a little all in, right? Yeah.
Because if you don't if you do emblem and I just find a way to like a ratchet bomb.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty all in.
But if you don't emblem and then I find a ratchet bomb, so this is 9, right?
This is 9, yeah.
So I go to 11,
Yep.
and then you'd at least still have a Gideon if I do have the ratchet bomb.
Yep. So I'll make a token and pass.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and crack this expedition map.
This is why I left the ballista, was because like he can't make it that big.
Yeah.
Like he can make it for what?
5.
5.
Make it
So you can
5.
shoot down 8 egg token.
Yeah, I can block Gideon, shoot down a token, and take 10. So I can live with the ballista. If you emblem,
I would just emblem, right? I guess you can still block here,
block
shoot.
there, shoot that one,
Take.
and then still live. Take 8,
Yeah.
go to 3.
So maybe I should have just taken the ballista anyway. I was just scared of the Battery Shaper just like being a good blocker.
Yeah.
Because if it blocks and triggers, like I didn't think you were gonna have Tron this fast based on your opening hand, but
That's fair.
I don't know, maybe it was just a punt.
All right, shuffled up. I'm gonna scry.
I like it.
See what we got.
Okay.
All right. The top card is a Chalice of the Void. I'm basically dead on board, and he doesn't have a hand, so I'm gonna bottom that.
Okay.
Go to my turn. In my upkeep, I'm gonna scry again. We're looking for a way to deal with tokens, so basically all is dust or Karn. That's a thought, not seer. Raja doesn't have a hand, so I'm gonna bottom that.
Okay.
Now we're gonna draw for the turn. Okay. That's not a bad draw, but it's not necessarily what we're looking for here. I'm gonna put Tron in play, so I have access to 10 mana. This is kind of tough. You know, almost no matter what I do, it's going to be better to put this on 4 because I'm basically going to be blocking a ground creature and shooting one of these, and I can't kill 2 of them, whether it's 5 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it's probably better to put it on 3.
3, right? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But
No, because then if you emblem, then I am dead in the air.
yeah, because then you can't kill in response.
Yeah. So then.
'Cause then you lose the blocker for this.
Yeah.
guy.
So I'm gonna have to do it on 4. So I'm gonna make it for 4.
Okay.
We got a 4/4. And I'm gonna go ahead and put the other Maze Stone in play.
Okay.
Let's get this out of here. I'm gonna pass to you.
Attacks off.
Yeah. What a rip.
That's how you do it, boys and girls, and everybody
Drop
watching.
Smasher.
I had the
This
little.
was 3 down. I was so close. I was gonna drop
You
that.
have 3 scries. You're
I
gonna
know.
get
I was
there.
gonna do it.
Dude, I had the best possible draw. Thoughtseize, Virtue, Procession, Virtue during your turn, untap again. I like drew the lands I needed. I drew the removal spell I needed. I was helping on turn 4, despite keeping 7.
I mean, that's kind of what you're trying to do with the deck, though, right?
I'll never see a draw that good.
All right, let's go for game 3. Let's the deciding match.
Yeah.
Maybe black-white tokens just is the way to go.
I told you guys I broke it. The first game was a fluke. It wasn't even real.
I mean, I will say one of the interesting things about this deck is that it's very budget-friendly.
It's fair. I bet you like the what's it called? The card called Virtue of Glory. The Force.
Force of Virtue.
Force of Virtue. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sure that card's pretty cheap as far as.
It's like $2.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think Gideon's probably the most expensive card. Maybe the mana base, but everything else. Is
Yeah,
like,
getting in the mana base can. I mean, Marsh Flats is kind of expensive.
Yeah, but everything else, like commons and uncommons, really easy to build.
You could. I mean, if you wanted to play it budget-friendly, you could definitely play Windswept Heath instead of Marsh Flats. We were debating if the Swamp was even necessary to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. We almost didn't play the Swamp, so like. Yeah.
I think you could just play 2 Godless Shrines instead of a Swamp easily.
Yep.
Even just 1 would be fine, I think.
And we saw in game 1 that the Godless Shrine, the second one, was actually kind of wanted because of the Fateful Hour.
Yeah, you need to trigger Fateful Hours. So.
I got those burgers and fries going.
Yep. Alright, this is not really a good start to an E-Tron hand. Alright, my hand has 2 Expedition maps and no lands in it, so I'm going to mulligan.
Okay. My hand is fine.
Do you have the nut draw again?
No, I wish. This hand is what we signed up for, basically. Can't really complain about a hand like this. This is just what the deck does.
Fair enough. Alright, we got a hand of 1 land, 2 expedition maps, and 2 Maze Mines tomes. We're going 5.
Okay. I have a feeling you're still going to win this game.
Well,
Easily.
this is what Tron does. I mean, it might look like it's kind of rough for me going to 5, but if we're being honest, the deck mulligans like this all the time.
Yeah, it does.
If you play it online, or anywhere for that matter.
Well, it's just because like Tron lands are just such an easy way to undo a mulligan.
Exactly.
Just,
Yeah,
they are multiple lands, basically.
When Eldrazi Temple too, like if you keep a hand like a 5 with 2 Eldrazi Temples, like a Thought Knot Seer and a Reality Smasher, or even a Matter Reshaper,
Yeah.
is a lot of times going to be better than a 7 that doesn't have fast mana. So,
Right.
I mean, you really want to be looking for hands that make more than 1 mana per land. That's what this deck does. It's a really awkward 5. I think I'm supposed to keep it. It's a really strange hand, but this plus this scenario, I think, is good enough to make me want to keep it. And these, I mean, while being really good cards, and this one being particularly good in the matchup, I think the mana in this hand is just telling me these are the 2 bottoms. So we're gonna ship these and hope the top of the deck delivers.
Let's do it.
Alright, so I'm going to lead Eldrazi Temple, Expedition Map, and pass to you.
I will play a Marsh Flats. Good.
Alright, I'm going to play a Cavern of Souls. It's going to name Eldrazi.
Okay.
I'm going to play a Maze Mine, so I'm going to pass to you.
Okay. I will fetch.
And this is actually an interesting looking Maze Mines tome. Like, having a Maze Mines tome in your opening hand on a mold of 5 is real. Especially, like, I've got good mana, and what I'm really looking for is a good thing to do with it, you know what I mean? And this is really going to help with that. So, yeah, I think this is good.
Do it straight.
Yeah.
I'm fetching for basic planes here. It might look kind of weird, but I think being able to fetch for the Godless Shrine is actually kind of useful.
Sure.
So I'm going to just get the basic planes.
Okay. Got you down to 19 over here.
I'm going to go ahead and play an Intangible Virtue.
Oh, you did it, Tron! You lied!
You can't win. Good.
Alright, I'm going to put a counter on my Maze Mines tome. I'm going to scry. That's the scry. We already bottomed that in our opening hand, and it hasn't gotten better for the cards, so I'm going to go ahead and put that on the bottom. So now, I actually have a lot of decisions this turn. I could upkeep scry to start looking for stuff. I could crack the expedition map, but I'm not under a ton of pressure yet. So I think the play here is to just draw, and I think I'm going to draw a card, and then set up to crack the expedition map next turn. So I'm just going to draw for turn. That was all right. Put a Ghost Quarter in play and pass to Raja.
All right. Okay. I will play Concealed Courtyard and cast Spectral Procession.
Yep. It's in there. So it might look weird that I didn't draw main phase because I could have drawn another expedition map. And it could have changed the land I played, but Raja's a discard deck. So I do think it's relevant to save your draw step until, to save the extra draw I'm getting until his end step, so he doesn't get to see the card with a discard spell. He doesn't have the choice of taking it.
Yeah, but to be fair, if I lead on Virtue on 2, it means I don't have like a 2-drop creature, which means I'm almost surely to have a 3-drop creature. Like
yeah, you're definitely going to have it.
Yeah.
But I still think it's better to play because the only thing I could have drawn that I would have wanted to cast is exactly Expedition Map.
Okay.
And maybe you were setting up, like, you didn't have discard on 1, so it's
I
kind
just
of...
want to save the Thoughtseize until you drew a few more cards.
Yeah, exactly. You could have been, like, double Thoughtseize this turn. That's possible.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I am going to draw a card here. Okay. It's not a bad draw. It's not great either. I could scry here. I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm just going to draw for turn. This is an interesting one. It's not particularly good. It's not horrible either. I'm going to go ahead and crack Expedition at main phase.
Okay.
And I'm going to get an Eldrazi Temple. And put that into play.
This feels like Thought Dust here.
Nope, I'm just going to pass to you.
Alright. Oh, I know what this is.
What?
The jig is up. I figured
jig?
it out.
I want to draw a card. I'm cracking my Maze Mind Stone, dude. It's time to draw a card.
Oh, that's not good for me. That is not good for me.
You'll be fine, dude. Don't worry about it. I still don't have any Tron lands in play.
It's true. Man.
So in the business, we call Maze Mind's Tome the colorless Sylvan Library. And it's been doing a pretty good impression. Instead of having to pay life for cards, I'm going to gain it.
I like it. I like it. So how do we beat this all as dust in Zach's hand?
I totally don't have an All Is Dust.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Well, that's convincing, so I know you never lie to me, so I won't play around with them. Because my deck could totally play around with it.
You could play around it if you wanted to, yeah. Save that Raise the Alarm for after I cast it. If I had it to begin with.
You don't have it.
Which I don't have.
Yeah.
Nope, sorry, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
You might as well play with that face up. It doesn't even matter. Alright, so I have a few decisions. I can either play this card and not be too upset that it's extending into his well-known All Is Dust.
I don't have All Is Dust.
Or I can just crack this and see if I can find something. I'm leaning more towards that. So yeah, I'm going to play a Silent Clearing and pop it.
Okay.
Perfect draw. Exactly what we're looking for. Oh, next we're going to attack for 6.
That puts me to 14.
Yep. And then I'm going to pass back to you.
Alright, so I'm going to draw a card.
Yep.
Pretty good draw. I could scry here, gain some life. I think I still am interested in drawing the card. Just keep recovering from the mulligan. Just going to draw. It's a pretty good one. So, I drew a Tron land. I'm going to go ahead and put that into play.
Zach knows he can't win, but he's trying to find a way out of this.
So, I'm going to play a Karn.
Okay.
And I'm going to minus Karn and get a Ratchet Bomb. And then I will pass back to you.
Alright. Draw. Alright, I will send 4 Karn into you.
Okay, so it says me going at 12. Before damage, I'm going to pay 4 life and dismember one of the ones coming at Karn.
Okay.
So Karn's going to, I'm going to go to 10.
And you're going to go 8.
And then I'm going to go to 8 off the attack, and Karn's going to go to 1.
Okay. Alright. I'm going to cast a Lingering Souls.
Yep.
And then I'm going to be done after that.
Alright. I'm going to untap here. I'm still not going to scry. I want to get the card out of this. So I'm going to draw. Okay, so I'm going to play an Expedition map for turn. I'm going to crack it. I'm going to get an Urza's Mine as my land. With the mine, I'm going to play an Expedition map.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast a Ratchet Bomb.
Okay.
And then Karn is going to plus. I am not going to target anything, and I'll pass to you.
Sorry, I'm actually going to respond to your Ratchet Bomb. It's not too late for that. Just because I think I want to make a play. It was you're tapping out for it, right?
Sure.
So, in response, I'm going to path my Spirit Token.
Sure. Trying to get some ramp over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we actually had that interesting play where you're like, all his dust is face up, you know what I mean? I think he's going to play all his dust, all of that.
Yeah.
And then you did this, I'm not going to commit to the board very much thing, which, you know, if you know they have a Wrath is a good play, but you saw, like, what I did there was just, oh, okay, well, if he's not going to commit to the board, then I don't have to, like, cast it, you know what I mean? And so now, I think...
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I did have, like, a trivial amount of board presses. I had 6 power in play.
Sure, it's not
And,
trivial,
like,
no.
You multi 5, so I didn't think you had, like, many things that are, like, going to be doing that. So I thought you were, like, banking on casting all this stuff.
Sure.
And I was trying to find a discard spell or at least, like, a 2-drop that can, like, do something else, like a Bear Blossom or something that doesn't, like, force me to just play more. Because I had Lingering Souls. It's like,
Yeah.
I can just make more 1/1s, but I don't know. So yeah, here we're going to go ahead and send 2 at Karn and 4 at Zach.
Alright, I would like to keep this around, so I'm going to pop the Ratchet Bomb.
Yep. So here we're going to go land and then plug in flashback Lingering Souls.
Sure.
So we got 4 guys again.
We're back.
And then good.
Alright. I'm going to draw. That'll be a good draw step later. To start the turn, though, I am going to crack my Expedition map.
Okay.
This is going to find an Urza's Power Plant, and that is going to complete Tron. So we got 7 mana and then 4 additional for Eldrazi spells. And what do you got over there in terms of cards in hand?
3.
3 cards in hand?
Yeah.
And we also pseudo 4 because we got a Lingering Souls in the graveyard.
Correct.
Definitely something to consider. You've done a really good job of pacing your threats. Like, I think I need to fire off the All's Dust here. I'm just I mean, you have lethal on board. I could gain life, but I think I need to do it. It has the benefit of getting rid of this intangible virtues, so.
Yep.
I think I'm going to tap this for 4 Eldrazi mana and my tower to cast an All's Dust.
Okay.
And then Karn is just going to plus again. And I'll pass back to you.
Okay. That's kind of funny.
Did you draw the Thoughtseize?
I did draw the process.
Yeah. Which again, like, is why I didn't tap the Maze Mind's Tome. Like, you know what I mean? It's another spot where just concealing, you know, cards from his Thoughtseize, cards, you know, information he wouldn't be able to have otherwise, is powerful.
Yeah. All right. So we'll cast the Thoughtseize.
I have an Urza's Tower and a Wastes.
Honestly,
Another reason
I'm not even that disappointed. I was kind of hoping you'd have lands.
Sure.
In a weird way. So I'll fetch. So this put me to 17. This feels like the kind of game where we're gonna shock the Scoutless Shrine to play.
Try and get that fake flower
That's
happening. All right.
So we're gonna go 15, then 14 down from the
Silent clearing?
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
We're just dealing all kinds of damage here.
Basically playing Death Shadow.
Yeah, it feels like it. So we're gonna go Gideon, make a guy, and Lingering
Flashback Souls. Okay.
Yep.
Strong play.
Oh yeah,
I like it.
unbeatable you might say.
Yeah.
And then that's it. I'm done.
All right. So end of turn. I'm gonna tap this to draw a card. It's gonna exile. I'm gonna go back up to 12.
Okay.
It gets exiled and I draw a card. Okay. I'm gonna untap and draw for turn. Huh. That's interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and look at my sideboard if you don't mind.
Why is that?
Well, because I can minus cards. So let's see what we got available to us here. You got 1 card in hand.
Correct.
A lot of interesting stuff here. So I'm at 12. I'm not super concerned with your board, although it is pretty likely. Alright. So I'm going to play this as my land for turn. This gives me 10 Tron mana. I'm going to start the turn by tapping this and my Cavern for an Eldrazi white mana.
Okay.
I'll play Reality Smasher.
Okay.
And I'm going to go to combat.
Alright.
I'm going to attack Gideon for 5.
Alright, so this kind of feels like Zach's trying to set up like a big walking ballista here. I think all we're going to do is put this in front.
Sure. So Gideon goes to 1?
Yep.
Okay, and then you were right. I'm going to minus Karn, get this walking ballista. I'll make it a 5/5. This 10 mana. And then I'm going to deal 1 damage here, 1 damage here, and 1 damage here.
Okay.
So I'll be left with 2 counters, and I'm going to pass the turn to you.
Alright, we're going to pop this clearing.
Yep.
Alright, we'll play and pop this clearing too.
Okay.
How much damage can you deal me next turn?
5. I can pump this once, 3 times. So I have kind of like 15 on board.
Okay. I will play a Virtue.
Okay.
And pass.
I'm going to draw for turn. It's an interesting one. I'm going to start the turn by playing a Chalice of Void for 1.
Okay.
Resolves. Interesting. I'm going to play my land for turn.
I mean, you think I had Path Exile? If I had Path Exile, I would have done this before you untapped.
Okay, that's fair. But I don't really have anything better to put it on, so.
So what do you think?
Go to combat.
Yep.
I'm going to attack for 7.
No worries.
Alright, I'm going to pump it once,
Okay.
twice floating 2,
Sure.
3 times. So it's a 5/5.
Yep. Damage?
10. Yeah. Go to 4.
Yep.
Shoot you once.
Sure.
Shoot you once.
Okay.
Shoot you one more time.
Alright.
Then we go to my second main phase. I'm gonna plus Karn on the Chalice.
Alright.
So Chalice becomes a 0/0, it dies,
Okay.
and then I'll shoot you again.
You sure want to give me a turn to make some five guys? I guess I could have played this, but I'm just dead.
Yeah, it didn't matter. You're gonna die to this.
Yeah. Oh, let's try another one.
Oh no!
Let's do it. 10 guys.
So many guys!
Yeah, like, so my decisions there were like, I could have attacked more card that one turn and played around Dismember. I thought about Dismember too as a funny card, so I just didn't want to like keep putting on cards and just throwing away damage because this is already a matchup where I have the margins are super tight for me.
Yep.
So I don't want to just be like, oh, I'm going to throw away 2 damage to play around the card. Like, I don't have that luxury.
Sure.
Like, if we're playing a matchup where I can keep up with you as the game progresses, it's different, right?
Yep.
So I was just like, you know, I'm not going to put them on it. And then the other decision I had was either crack the Silent Clearing, try to spike a Thoughtseizes or another 2-drop,
Sure.
or play the, like a Layering Soul stuff, like take 2 1/1s. And like I told you earlier, I was just kind of like putting you on being in a situation where, because you already multiply, if you know, you don't have that many spells to deal with my board, that you're just going to all dust away what was in front of you.
Yep.
Obviously, you ended up drawing a Karn, drawing the Ratchet Bomb, which gave you plenty of turns.
Yep.
But, like, I didn't know that.
No, you didn't know that, and I do think I played it a little bit risky by continuing to hold the All's Dust and giving you
A turn to draw Thoughtseize.
giving you a turn to draw Thoughtseize, but also the turn I played the Karn, you definitely would have Thoughtseize that turn if you had it, because you just didn't do anything.
Right.
You 100% would have done it. So at that point, you'd already popped your Silent Clearing. You get one more draw step to draw it, and then I can cast this at any point. And honestly, like, if that's, you know, where I'm at, I kind of enforce you to commit again into the All is Dust, unless you draw specifically Thoughtseize, which would have been bad for me, but this way I get my Planeswalker into play. You know, the Planeswalker's in play, gets to start, you know, ticking up and gaining loyalty every turn or tutoring, so I think giving myself more turns to just activate Karn was a good play.
Yeah, I agree.
And because you took the line you did, like, I think if you had just played the Lingering Souls, I would have been forced into All is Dusting, and I maybe would have done it, although the Ratchet Bomb still would have been
Yeah,
pretty
you
good.
still
But
just do the retro bomb if you want.
yeah.
If you want. Yeah, I don't know.
So I think that worked out, but
I just don't think I can beat a Karn. I think that's what we learned.
that's probably true. Karn's really good against the tokens deck.
Yeah. My deck
Now,
way
if
too.
you had the Generous Gift,
Yeah, that would have been a nice one. My deck is just way too linear to beat a card like Karn, which can just go find the one card that hoses your strategy if you're linear, right?
yeah, it just, you know, there are just so many artifacts in Modern at this point that it can just find the one that's just so good in that situation. And, you know, you've seen Karn in, like, formats like Pioneer and Standard where it just doesn't see that much play because, you know, the array of artifacts you can get just isn't wide enough to really cover all the situations. But
Yeah.
in Modern, there's just been so many weird artifacts printed over the years that it just, you know, sort of has an answer to everything.
Yeah.
And it looks like a hodgepodge of just random artifacts, but Ensnaring Bridge is a big one. That one just ends up covering so many things, and then you can get land disruption, life gain, you can turn off activated abilities, graveyard hate, big threats that deal damage and walking ballista. He just is a really powerful card.
Right.
Alright. It was a pleasure for you guys to come out and watch.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you next time.
See you.